again, it's me. I ended that video kind of short, so I'm making another one. Let's talk about who was the Buddha. So who was he, right? Well, according to the story that I have, there was a king, and his name was King Gautama. He does have a first name, but believe me, I can't pronounce it for the life of me. So, okay, let's just stick with King Gautama. And his queen, Queen Maya, and they obviously got together and they had Siddhartha. And Siddhartha was born on April 8th, which is when my little one was born, coincidence. And Siddhartha means every wish fulfilled. It means other things too, but I can't remember off the top of my head. And what happened before Queen Maya had Siddhartha was that she had a vision of a white elephant that entered her womb through her side, through her chest, and then, she learned that she was pregnant with Siddhartha. So, in some stories, Queen Maya dies, and some she doesn't. I don't have that written down. So, this holy man one day comes to the king and tells him of 2 visions that he's had. And these visions are possible futures for Siddhartha. And one of them is that he'll become a great king who would rule the entire world at that time. And the second one is that he would become a great holy man. The king gets scared, right? So he doesn't allow Siddhartha to see, the world pretty much, outside of the palace. So young Siddhartha grows up in the castle, never seeing anything in the world that would make him think of spiritual or religious things. As Siddhartha gets older, he gets married, and then he has a son of his own. And after a parade that Siddhartha sees, he sees 3 sights. And these 3 sights are a sick man, an old man, and a dead man. And after seeing these 3 sights, Siddhartha leaves his wife and son behind, and he leaves the castle, and he lives in wilderness as a wandering holy man, and he meets other ascetic mendicants. And an ascetic mendicant, as a side note, is someone who refuses to eat, spends all day in meditation, and denies all pleasures. Okay, so for years he studies with the ascetic mendicants, right? Studies for like 6 years, right? And after 6 years, he finally decides that he would learn no more from this path. He decided that denying the world was wrong, but enjoying life too much was bad as well. So he makes this middle path. And he meditates under the Bodhi tree, and after being tempted by Mara, which is the evil tempter, kind of like the devil, but not quite. So Mara tempts him, and after he gets tempted, he gets enlightened. And so he becomes enlightened, which is a Buddha, and he teaches for years, and his ascetics that he was practicing with become followers of his path, and word, it spreads about Buddha. Siddhartha is now known as the Buddha now, but word spreads about him, and it travels around, and he goes on teaching and getting more followers for decades. And even up until his dying day, which was like around age 80, he still taught. And in this story, he dies from eating spoiled food. In some stories, he dies from eating spoiled pork, which is why some Buddhists are vegetarian. Flip that. Reverse it. You know what I mean. So that is basically who the Buddha was. Now, if you want more information, I can give it to you. But that's basically what I have written down in my notes. I would say the next thing that I would like to talk about is, let's go with denominations of Buddhism, right? So that you have a clear, way of telling what the different sects of Buddhism are, okay, and what they're about and everything. So this next one is about sects of Buddhism, and this will probably run over the 10-minute video I have. So let me post this one and then post denominations of Buddhism, and then hopefully that'll be it for today. So I will check you later in a few minutes. Hope you enjoy.